Coup De Torchon, Coup De Torchon. I'm calling this film Coup De Torchon because I think the clean slate is actually a dumb title, so I'm gonna call it by the French title. Hey, hello there, Nate Jackson, Criterion Collection reviewer guy, person with number 106, Bernard Tavernier's Coup De Torchon, not clean slate. After watching this movie, I had no idea why they decided to call it clean slate. Maybe there's just something more about the word clean I don't like. It's just an annoying word. I don't know. Anyway. So, sorry about the delay. I know I said I was doing this one Saturday, but we'll get to that. We'll get to why later. Let's talk about this film. Or let's just briefly, talk about this film, as I honestly don't have a lot to say about this one. It kind of just stands on its own. It's just a little thing you watch, and then you think about it for a little bit, and then you move on. It's not bad, but at the same time, it doesn't really destroy you inside or take anything away from you after you see it. It just kind of just sits there for a second. You can take it out, it enters you, and then you just kind of throw it away. You can throw it away if you want. I'm sure there are people who have are so obsessed with this movie that this is their life, but for most people, normal people like you and I, probably will just watch this and think, oh, this is a nice movie. Alright, now I'm done with it. Let's move on to the next one. Again, more on that later. So, Coup de Torchon. So we got this guy. What's this one about? This is a guy, he's a chief of police guy. His name is, he's like the sheriff or so. He's like this big guy. Lucien Cordier. And he's kind of a bumbling kind of guy. He's apparently never made an arrest the whole time, and we're set in French West Africa in the 1930s, and there's racism all around, and the French are very, they throw the N-word around like crazy in this movie. I guess it was real. It was a real life situation back then. Of course, Cordier, doesn't necessarily feel the same way. He tries to, there's a scene where he and his pimp friends are playing pool, and he tries to get them to justify why they should call them the N-word, why they're not people, even though we see them all the time. He's got some certain morals and blah blah blah. His wife is a womanizer. She cheats on him with a guy named Nono, who I don't understand his role, who he was supposed to be, the brother or the son, or I don't know. And so he just lets it happen, and and after a while, he's just kind of picked on by everybody, and just after a while, he just kind of says, can't take it anymore, and he just starts killing people. It's kind of a trip. I mean, he ends up he's close to Rose Marcelon, Rose Marcaillou or something like that, whose husband he kills, who Cordio kills, because he beats her, and he's in love with her. Cordio's in love with her, so they start an affair, and he kills him off, and he kills the pimp guys who ridicule him, and he ends up, in one scene later on, he ends up killing his black friend Friday, who apparently brings the body of Marcaillou back in the doorway and scares the hell out of Rose. Which, another scene I don't really understand, but I guess somewhere in there it made sense. And he also befriends this school teacher named Anne, who I think he for some reason he truly kind of loves her. It seems like it's more of a lust thing with Rose, because he actually ends up confessing to Anne, or is it Anna? It's Anne. And in her school, he writes her confession, his confession on the board and signs it Jesus Christ. And then Anne has to have the kids recite it, and it's kind of a trip. And then later on, I think Marcaio's brother visits with Cordier, and they have this really neat line where I wish I could recite it, where he kind of refers back to himself as Jesus Christ, and it's a really nice line. It's probably the best scene in the movie. I would recommend it just for this one scene. So, yeah, and in the end, Rose ends up killing his wife. What's her name? Huguette and Nono, and and Cordier finds out, or he hears it, and she's all kind of weirded out that he didn't stop her. And she ends up going away on a boat, and the film ends with he and Anne dancing, and he's about to kill these black kids, and he doesn't, and it's a trip. Yeah, so like I said, I don't have much to say about this one because I was a little confused by it. It was very funny. There was a lot of scenes. There was a good sense of humor in it. But in the end, it was also a very just dark and mysterious movie. Definitely about thought and actions in this one. It seems like everyone for the most part, everyone he kills kind of gives him the idea, unknowingly gives him the idea to bring their own deaths upon them, if that makes any sense. It's like there's certain things like when Cordier gets kicked in the butt through the through the doors, and the African people all laugh at him. I think that's where it all kind of comes together for him. Then he needs to take care of all the bad in his life, And that's about the size of all I have to say about this one. So it wasn't bad. It wasn't the greatest movie ever. It went on a bit long for me, but in the end, I wouldn't mind seeing this one again just to get a better handle on it. So I'll give it a B. It's not bad. It's not great, but at the same time, it's Criterion. It definitely belongs to the Criterion collection, and I think that's what matters in the end, don't you? So anyway, supplements. Talk about supplements. Exclusive video interview with Bernard Tavernier, where he talks about the film and actors and all that. There's an alternate ending where I guess there's not a lot of footage. It's basically just him talking about how when Cordier and Anne dance dance at the end, all the people around him turn into soldiers, and I guess it's supposed to represent the war that apparently is supposed to be happening throughout the film, or they're in fear of war throughout the film, and so the soldiers are supposed to represent that. I don't know. And then the trailer, the U.S. trailer, which of course is just totally dumbs down the film. So that was pretty disappointing. But it's the U.S. And of course they made an effort to call it clean slate. Anyway, what are we gonna do? What do we do with foreign films? Oh well. Anyway, Bernard Tavernier, Coup De Torchon, B. So the reason why I put off Coup De Torchon this long was basically because I was still waiting on Mona Lisa last week. It was taking its time, and I already have The Rock. And before you ask, yes, this is not the Criterion edition. I tried. We'll just have to do the movie and do another one of those supplement ones afterwards, which I still have to do for the other Michael Bay movie in this thing, Armageddon, which I have. I just need to get off my butt and do it. Maybe I'll do that. Next time I have a long ass break, I'll sit down and watch all the supplements from Armageddon. Maybe I'll watch Armageddon again. It wasn't the worst movie. It's just Liv Tyler. And I already have number 109, Scarlet Empress, which is looks intriguing. So I'm still waiting on 107, Mona Lisa, which is finally in transit. So we have that. So we'll have that one done sometime sometime, Thursday or Friday probably. Probably actually not till Saturday probably. We'll do it Saturday. That being said, as far as the whole scheduling thing goes, I think I've kind of made a command decision. New review every Monday. Mondays just work for me. So I think every Monday afternoon, Monday evening, you'll have a new review for me. And then the other movies will come sometime later in the week. I'll try to figure it out. But Mondays are my days, unless I say something otherwise. So there you go. Anyway, that's it. So if I ever get banners up on my channel, I'll put up, new review every Monday, and then some other days, figure it out. That'll probably be exactly what it says. That's it. So Mona Lisa's on its way. Probably I don't know how much, the review is. I think it's only a single disc, so it's probably just a movie and maybe a couple of bonus features, so I'm not sure. And then The Rock, I guess it's only the movie, which is 2 hours long, so we'll just watch the movie. Scarlet Empress, not long, 104 minutes, 20-minute documentary, blah, 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 blah. So, probably do these, sometime very, very, very soon. We'll probably get, like I said, Mona Lisa will probably be Saturday, and then Rock will be Sunday, Scarlet Empress Monday. Actually, no, Rock will probably be Monday, and Scarlet Empress maybe Tuesday. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Again, like always. So, that's it. So, thanks for watching. Moral. We need a moral for this one, because I don't think I gave you... Oh, no, I gave you a moral for Spartacus. Don't be Spartacus or something like that. Coup De Torchon. Check your boards of the shithouses before you sit down, because you could fall in and break your... I don't know. Break your legs with poop all over them. And, not the greatest moral. Not the most relevant moral for us, but whatever. Anyway, we'll see you soon for Mona Lisa, which I would hold up, but I don't have it. So, and then we'll see. Then we'll see after that for these two. Look at these two. Oh my gosh, these are so coming very, very soon. So Mona Lisa right here in the imaginary space, and then these two. So until later. Goodbye.